Hello and welcome to the 21st edition of Red Bull Romaniacs. I am Craig Stone, and over the next 6 days we will bring you live maniacs, starting with the City Prolog and the City Nations Parade. Today we will see all the riders from the 64 nations around the globe coming to ride their dirt bikes through the streets of Sibiu down to the boulevard of the City Prolog, where Andy Fazekas and the Crazy Bike Club of Sibiu have built the prologue for us over the last couple of days. We will then do a presentation of the Gold Riders, who will then do a nice demonstration for us of the City Prolog, which you can catch tomorrow live at 5 p.m. in the afternoon, and that is Eastern European summertime. Let's go across and have a look at some of the riders who are getting ready for the Nations Parade to do their ride through the streets of Sibiu. So there we can see some of the riders now just waiting. You can see there in the middle is Martin Freinademetz, the brainchild of the Red Bull Romaniacs. He is a former professional snowboarder and extreme sports enthusiast. The Red Bull Romaniacs was conceived as a means to push the boundaries of enduro racing. Inspired by the challenging terrains of the Romanian Carpathian Mountains and Transylvanian forests, Freinademetz envisioned a race that would not only test riders' skills, but also their mental and physical endurance. Don't the riders just look great in their nice clean kit, their brand new bikes, and all the flags of the nations that they represent? We have 5 different classes at the Red Bull Romaniacs. We have the Pro class, who ride in the gold, the silver, bronze, iron and atom classes. And we even have a few guys coming out on big adventure bikes like the big Tenere 700 to test their skills against the course. This year Paul Torres will be riding in the silver class on his big Tenere. The Red Bull Romaniacs is often hailed as the world's toughest hard enduro rally and has etched its name into the annals of extreme motorsport history. Since the inception in 2004, this grueling event has transformed the tranquil landscapes of Sibiu, Romania into a battleground of the world's most fearless off-road motorcyclists. This race is a true testament to human and machine resilience. So these riders have departed the riders' paddock and are making their way now down through to the city center, where they will ride through the city center and down to the boulevard. There we can see Manny Lettenbichler. So great to see Manny back here again. And he is certainly chasing Graham Jarvis's record of 7 wins. The inaugural race in 2004 saw a modest group of 12 riders brave the unknown. Since then, in 2004, the race has evolved and changed significantly. I mean, we only had 12 riders back then. One of them is my South African compatriot, Alfie Cox, who really set the foundation for enduro riding and extreme sports in South Africa, winning the Erzberg Rodeo as well as many other races and competing many times at the Dakar Rally. Now we have 64 nations, so many different riders, and the race has become a real spectacle in enduro racing. Back then, the event immediately stood out due to its brutal course, which spanned over 600 kilometers of unmarked trails, steep climbs, and treacherous descents. The harsh yet beautiful Romanian landscape set the stage for what would become an annual pilgrimage for extreme enduro enthusiasts, and that is what we see here today. As word of the Red Bull Romaniacs spread, so did its popularity, and by 2007 the number of participants had surged, drawing riders from over 30 countries. The race's reputation for difficulty and the picturesque yet punishing course attracted media attention, bolstering its status in the global motorsport community. Nice wheelie there down the street. And that was Wade Young there doing a nice wheelie as well. So good to see Wade back here. He is our 2018 winner. And he's on a charge at the moment, leading the FIM World Championship. This round at the Red Bull Romaniacs is round 4 of the World Enduro Championship Series. To give you a rundown of the top 5 so far in the 2024 championship standings, Wade Young is leading the way with 49 points. 2 points behind is Mario Roman. Mario on a really strong ride this year, getting some redemption from 2023. In third place is Manny Lettenbichler, fourth Teo Kabachev, and fifth Mitch Brightmore. The Brightmore brothers certainly making an impact in hard enduro. Mitch and Ashton are first and second overall in the junior standings, placing really high up in the overall as well. What's so great about events like this is that anybody who is a dirt bike enthusiast and wants to come and take part in the event can rub shoulders with the greats like Graham Jarvis, Manny Littenbichler, Johnny Walker and Chris Birch. The increasing complexity of the race has necessitated advancements in technology and logistics. GPS navigation has become integral, allowing for more intricate and challenging routes. Drone footage and live streaming brought the race to a global audience, showcasing the stunning landscapes and the sheer determination of the riders. And that is exactly what we are doing here at the LEATT LIVEmaniacs. We are bringing you right up close and personal to the riders on the side of the racetrack during the stage of the race. And you're going to be seeing so much action from the gold riders on these very, very challenging, difficult sections. Super wheelie there. That's one of the riders from Graham Jarvis's team, and he has a few riders in his team. They really are demonstrating their skills, which they've learned from the master. Over the years, several riders have left an indelible mark on the Red Bull Romaniacs. Graham Jarvis, a British enduro rider, emerged as a dominant force, securing multiple victories and earning the nickname the Silent Assassin for his calm demeanor and unmatched skill. Other notable names include Andreas Littenbichler, Johnny Walker, Chris Birch, Wade Young, and Manny Littenbichler, each contributing to the race's rich history with their incredible performances. Chris Birch took his first win here back in 2010 in one of the most extreme and muddy conditions we have yet to see at the race. The 2020 edition, held amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, showcased the event's adaptability and the unwavering spirit of the enduro community. And that is exactly what it is. A community of enduro riders who come together to share their stories, ride their dirt bikes, help each other out in the mountains, and drink a beer afterwards and share their stories. So there you can, in the background, you can see the steeple of the church. So we're pretty close now to the city center. Yeah, look at that. Each edition brings with it a prologue, which is a short, intense race through the streets of Sibiu, which we will see tomorrow. This is designed to entertain the spectators and also determine the starting order for the prologue. But the heart of the Red Bull Romaniacs lies in the off-road stages, and which we have 4 of. These span over 4 days, where the competitors will ride nearly 100 to 150 kilometers each day over treacherous terrain, sometimes going up to 2,400 meters on the alpine stages, especially on day 2 and day 3. This year, we have a marathon stage on day 2, where riders will not be allowed any assistance from any of their service crews, and they will need to do everything alone out there in the wilderness. They will camp out in Vulture, which is a new town that we have been to this year, and they will only be able to service their bikes with the tools that they have with them, or sharing from each other the different tools that they may have. This means that you need to look after your bike, make sure you don't burn out the rubber on your back tire too much, so that you have enough to get to the service point of day 3. From then on, the service crews will be able to service the bikes and take care of any issues that some of the riders may have. At the off-road stages, the riders face a myriad of obstacles, including river crossings, rocky climbs, dense forests, and steep descents. And the navigation is demanding, with GPS units guiding riders through the wilderness, where we also have tape to show them where to go. So here they come under the tunnel now. We're in what we call the Piazza Mica, which is the small square. They will then pass through Piazza Mica into Piazza Mare, which is the big square, which is filled with restaurants and a wonderful place to come and soak up the culture of Romania. Guys love revving their bikes through the tunnel because it just amplifies the sound of it. Completing the Red Bull Romaniacs is an achievement in itself. Riders across the finish line are celebrated for their perseverance and endurance. And the race culminates in a grand ceremony in Sibiu at the Guștăriță hill climb, where winners are crowned and stories of triumph and hardship are shared. The Red Bull Romaniacs has also had significant impact on the local economy, attracting tourists and motorsport fans to Sibiu and its surroundings. The event has also featured a sense of community among locals who participate as volunteers, guides and supporters. It's been incredibly hot here in Sibiu the last 10 days or so. And fortunately, about 2 days ago, we had a really nice thunderstorm to just bring the temperatures down a bit and settle the dust. Riders love to come and compete here at the Red Bull Romaniacs because the traction out there is just something that you never find anywhere else. And that is why we can ride some of the steepest terrain you'll ever find anywhere else in the world. The race itself has set new standards in the world of extreme enduro, inspiring similar events globally. Its emphasis in combining natural beauty with extreme difficulty has redefined the sport, pushing riders to new heights of skill and resilience. We have several of our LEATT riders participating at this year's event, including Chris Birch, Alfredo Gomez, and Travis Teasdale, as well as Kirsten Landmann, who is participating in the silver class. She will have to battle it out against Sandra Gomez. So I can hear behind me now that Max, the commentator, is announcing that the riders are now at the prologue.
What are you doing?
So down there at the prologue, we have our field interviewer, Diana. She is with Chris Birch, our LEATT athlete.
Summer in Romania, which means Red Bull Romaniacs is on, and here it starts. I do not need to introduce Chris Birch to you, but I need to introduce Chris Kurowski to you. Also very important. Chris is, of course, a legend at the Red Bull Romaniacs, and Chris Kurowski is one of our big sponsors, representing the big sponsors this year, and we are very proud to have Chris here. He is the main sponsor of the LEATT LIVEmaniacs, guys. So Chris, you have been at many races, hard enduro races around the world. What makes Red Bull Romaniacs special?
Yeah, I think, you know, on a calendar every year, there's a couple big events that take place. Something like, you know, in adventure, we've got like Dakar Rally, and in adventure, or rather enduro, hard enduro, it's Romaniacs. I mean, you have to come to Romaniacs. So yeah, that's why we're here.
As far as I know, LEATT has a nice history, a special history with Red Bull Romaniacs. You have been here about 20 years ago, more or less, and you have been presenting the neck brace, which has been quite a game changer at the rally and in the hard enduro world. What do you think about this? Was it good? Was it good enough? Was it bad?
Yeah, I mean, so this year is very special for LEATT because we're celebrating our 20th anniversary. So it's 2024. LEATT was founded in 2004, and yeah, we had one product, the neck brace, and now we're super happy and proud that we can kit riders in moto, mountain biking, and adventure head to toe. So we are here to kind of celebrate this milestone of a year and kind of say thank you to all the riders and everyone who's supported us over the last 20 years.
Is Red Bull Romaniacs a good test laboratory for you and for your riders, of course?
Sorry, once again?
Is Red Bull Romaniacs a good test laboratory for you and for your riders, for your athletes?
Absolutely, but yeah, we've got one of our riders right here, and testing product at Romaniacs is definitely, a good opportunity, but I'm not going to say anything else about that.
Thank you very much. So we have Chris Birch right here. Hello Chris, how is it going?
It's going great. It's good to be back here.
It's very good to have you back. It's been quite a while. Do you have memories, or do you have good memories at Red Bull Romaniacs?
I have the full range of memories of Red Bull Romaniacs. For me, this is my favorite race in the world, but it's also the hardest race in the world, and it definitely it takes you to some dark places, but it's the best thing in the world for me to do. I love this place.
Glad you love the place. So your first Red Bull Romaniacs was back in 2007. Things have changed since then, right? What's your experience? What's the difference between back in 2007 and now?
Definitely, yeah. The early days of Romaniacs, it was pure chaos, but it was great chaos. I loved it. Now the event is so much more professional, and it's still an extreme adventure. But there's not so many people sleeping in the mountains. We don't spend so much time getting lost. The fuel points, the tank points are actually where they say they're going to be. And yeah, in 20 years, this event has become very professional and very, very well organized. In the early years, it was something else.
Only positive news about Red Bull Romaniacs, which I'm happy to hear. In 2010, you won Red Bull Romaniacs. So what's the key to success?
The key for me for success in 2010 was just to sacrifice everything else in my life for about 5 years. But it wasn't a problem. I wanted to do that. The level that you need to get to in physical preparation and riding skill to win this event, you have to be all in, and that's what it was.
Good to have you back. Back to you, Craig.
So it's so great to see Chris Birch back here again. As Diana said, Chris was our winner in 2010, and Chris has had 7 podiums here at Red Bull Romaniacs. He even won the silver class on a 500 KTM, which I found just astounding because it's such a big bike, and the silver class certainly is very, very demanding. We've got super steep downhills and steep uphills, and to handle that big bike on those steep downhills must have been something. So Chris certainly is an outstanding rider, and we're so happy to see him back here at Red Bull Romaniacs. So this is now some of the gold riders that are taking to the course. Come and give all the other competitors a demonstration of how to do these obstacles. We saw Wade Young flying through there earlier on bike number 32. Wade is looking fitter as fit as I've ever seen him. And he's certainly going to put on a charge for us. The weather is really great here today. It's not so hot as it has been the last few days. Everything looking dry. So at the moment, everybody's going to have big smiles on their face. The Red Bull Romaniacs is more than just a race, though. It is a testament to the human spirit and determination. Through its trials and tribulations, it has become a symbol of the relentless pursuit of excellence in the face of adversity. As the event continues to evolve, it promises to inspire future generations of riders and spectators alike, cementing its place as a cornerstone of extreme enduro racing. And as we heard from Chris earlier, just how the race has evolved. And I remember back in 2007, Chris was at one of our then iconic sections, which was called the Long Walk. And we had to go up there. And Chris was about halfway up, absolutely exhausted and depleted. And as he said, most of it was on GPS. He actually phoned Martin Freinademetz, and said, Martin, I think I'm going the wrong way because there's this hill here and I just can't get up it. And Martin replied to him, no, that's the correct way. That's the way you need to go. And it was just absolutely mind-blowing, you know, how it's just evolved from the days back then to now. And as you'll see in our LEATT LIVemaniacs stages that are still to come in the next couple of days, we're going to be seeing really, really extreme terrain, extreme conditions. And it's just been amazing to see how the sport has evolved and the technology has improved. You know, the tires that you're riding with nowadays are just so good. The rubber is like a gummy rubber, super soft and tacky, and just helps you climb up some of the steeper sections that you would never think is even possible to walk up. Matthew Green, we saw a bit earlier there coming through. Matthew also looking really good this year. He's going to be hungry to aim for a possible top 5, which would be super for him. We have 46 competitors in the gold category this year, which is one of the biggest numbers that we've had in recent years. And these are not only professionals. I mentioned the Brightmore brothers a bit earlier on. You know, these guys have full-time jobs. They need to fit in their training and their riding around it. It just goes to show how talented they are. It's a little bit difficult to identify the riders from their kit, but I can just give you an idea from their race numbers who's who. So just passing us there was Manny on number 1, Manny Lichtenbekler, winner last year and defending champion. On number 2 is Teo Kabachev, 3 is Michael Volkner, 4 Mario Roman, and number 5 Matthew Green. So those are our top 5. Number 7 is Alfredo Gomez. Alfredo's been on the podium a few times here before. Definitely no stranger. Number 13, lucky number 13, Johnny Walker. An up-and-coming youngster from South Africa is James Moore on number 24. James rode his first time in silver last year just to come and check out the scene and see what it was like, and this year is in the gold class. He had an outstanding result at X-Ross. As I mentioned, Wade Young on number 32 there. Travis Teasdale, number 36, one of our LEATT riders. So these riders are going to have just a few laps to go through here. Have a look at the course. Do a bit of a demonstration for those who are watching before they head back to the hotel for some rest and recovery. There's some long days ahead and you don't want to burn all your energy under the sun. So each day we're going to bring you live action from the LEATT LIVemaniacs, where the gold riders will have to perform a number of loops on a really tough section that will be time and count towards the overall. Head across onto our website, redbullromaniacs.com, where you can see what time each of those live transmissions will begin. If you can't make the live transmission, you can also watch the replay right from our website. There will also be live news on our website during the day of riders going through each checkpoint, where you can track the progress of your favorite riders. Those railway sleepers certainly causing a bit of trouble for some of our guys there. Great demonstration there from number 45, Ramon Bregoli from Italia, showing us that it's best to ride on that concrete slab so that your wheels don't drop down too far where you can get caught up on that railway sleeper. Manny coming around again now, so that was pretty quick by him. He's flying through this course. And that's Wade Young right next to him on the gas machine. So down at the Prolog, we have Diana with the founder and mastermind of the Prolog, Martin Freinademetz.
Riders from 64 nations all gathered together here at Red Bull Romaniacs, the opening ceremony. And here with me, I have the man behind the legend, Martin Freinademetz. Hello, Martin, how are you?
Hello, Diana. I'm fine, yeah. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, Martin, I know you came in Romania in 1995 the first time. What was your feeling when you arrived first time here? Was it love at first sight?
Yes, you are right. That's it. I came here, I went into the mountains. After half an hour, I knew this is paradise. This is a place where you just have so much freedom, where the people are friendly, where you can enjoy the riding, and big adventure, big adventure. That was actually what kept me here.
If someone would have told you back then that you will have a very successful race in a couple of years, that you will be a legend and your race will become a legend, what would you have answered?
Now that's a very good question, because at that first time I didn't even think about my future job will be organizing enduro competitions. I have been racing many enduro competitions and motocross and rallies, and at many of these events I felt something missing or not enjoyable. And that was actually when the idea came after being riding so much in Romania and knowing so many trails. I realized here I can do an event that is just very special, it's better than everything else. And yeah, started small with 30 participants, and now we're at 64 nations, so I would say concept worked out.
Actually, I had another information that you started small with 12 participants. I don't know if it's true or not, but I was about to ask you, how is that going? I mean, 12 participants at the beginning and now over 700?
Yeah. No, the 12 participants is wrong, but it has been 30. Yeah. So, yeah, every year a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. A little bit of a downer in the crisis period, then going up, 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 up. Then we had again the COVID that got us a little bit back, but now COVID is over and we are at 64 nations, so I'm happy, very happy.
One more question. Today is the Nations Parade, the opening ceremony, the Demomaniacs. So tomorrow is the official start of the Red Bull Romaniacs. What are your feelings about this?
Yeah, I think the opening ceremony is an important day for us just getting together, getting to know each other, meet and greet, and presenting the top riders. But yeah, of course, the race flag drops tomorrow when the prologue starts in the morning, first with the qualification of the amateur classes, and then in the afternoon another qualification run for the professionals, and then the best 35 of the bronze class, of the silver class, and of the gold class going to battle it out.
Back to you, Craig.
So great to hear from Martin there, and just telling us how he started this event and from where it's come to where it is now. Just awesome to see. So don't forget that you can check us out on our website, redbullromaniacs.com, where you can see each day what time you can catch the LEATT LIVEmaniacs, where you can watch all the action. Tomorrow we will be starting at 5 p.m. Eastern European summertime, where you can catch all the action from the bronze riders, the silver riders, and the gold riders. Looks like we have a bit of a situation down there. Just cannot get that front wheel out of the tire. This year, unfortunately, we're going to be missing Billy Bolt from the action. Billy's dealing with quite a serious knee injury that he got at the indoor enduro cross series. Last year, we saw some absolutely incredible riding from Billy, launching over these obstacles. Triple, doubles, you name it, Billy was doing it, putting on an absolute masterclass. Number 15 there is Suf Seller. Suf has been here a few times, but is an up-and-coming rider. Definitely one to look out for. He's also competing in the Junior World Championship, FIM World Championship. Manny's been doing quite a few laps now. Maybe he figures that since Billy is going to be absent, he's going to go for the win tomorrow. Making his way nicely over those tires, just dodging the big holes, skipping over the top. Doesn't want to get his front tire caught, and you can see him there aiming right for the slab of the concrete on those big railway sleepers. We've seen this city prologue evolve over the years. Sometimes we've had some really tricky obstacles, dangling tires, big trees that you have to ride over, you name it, Andy has done it. And this is really where the indoor series of the Enduro Cross was born, out of this prologue at Red Bull Romaniacs. Rico giving us a good display as well. Rigo has been here many times. Would definitely be going for another top 5 position. So we're going to take a quick commercial break now, and then we'll be back with some more action. So we're going to wrap it up here at the Nations Parade. Thank you for coming out to see us and to see the riders that are participating this year. Don't forget to head across to our website tomorrow and to tune in 5 p.m. Eastern European summertime, where we're going to see all the action from the bronze, the silver and the gold riders. There's going to be plenty of spectators to come out and see what the riders are going to do. Cheers for now and see you tomorrow.